Like, and listen, Ferrari should, like the engineers should listen to the drivers on what they think about the car because they're the ones who drive it. As Agent Lewis said, I think yesterday or the day before, the drivers are very important because they drive the car and they see what they think what they see and they look at what's happening and they drive the car. They look at the problems. They look at the the good things and the bad things. And for you to think the drivers are the problem, and yes, mechanics have done well, but okay, so mechanics have done well. Yeah, well done. Yeah, let's give you a trophy for that, yeah. Let's give you a trophy. I mean, what a load of nonsense. Like Ferrari have got 15, 16 years without winning a trophy, and you have the tenacity to think the drivers are the problem. Are you insane? Are you insane? Like, when they will ever learn? When they will ever learn that from their mistakes? And yes, Lewis Hamilton has not done well this season. And yes, he's not had a podium this season. But are we gonna forget that he's a seven-time world champion, and you're gonna treat that Lewis Hamilton doesn't know what he's talking about when he's saying the car is poor? You're gonna treat like that? You're gonna all of a sudden disbelieve and think a seven-time world champion who's won many championships, who's broken every record, who's done everything he can, and you think he's stupid, and you think he's lying? Who do you think you are? What a lot of joke. What
Yeah.
a lot of joke.
Oh, yeah, Ferrari, as I said, Ferrari need to do what McLaren did and just fire everybody and restructure the entire team. McLaren did not come go from being dead last to winning two World Constructor Championships in a row just because they built a better car. Yes, they did build a better car for yes, they did build a better car, but they did get two solid drivers. I'm not saying that that Hamilton and Hamilton and Leclerc are bad drivers. I'm saying McLaren had two solid drivers. Another thing is McLaren restructured the whole team. They brought good engineers. For example, I forgot his name. Damn it. He's the aerodynamics guy. Uh, they brought a good team principal.
Marshall?
Yeah, Rob Marshall. They brought a good team principal. They constantly hiring new staff and talented engineers, and they did own up to their mistakes. Like for example, when McLaren were constantly saying we have good car, we have a good car, we're gonna come into this season being winning the we're gonna win this season, we're gonna win the constructor championship and the drivers one. They weren't winning. They were coming into the season being the worst, if not the worst, the a midfield team or even dead last. So so I think Ferrari should do something in their management, like for management. McLaren, we're in the same position as Ferrari is right now. If Ferrari don't change, they're never gonna win a championship ever again. That's how it works. Even with new regulations, they're not gonna win. It's a problem internally. It's not the drivers. It's no way it's the drivers. Like it's impossible. Maybe okay. Hamilton maybe did not have the best season, but still, it's not an excuse for being for just fighting for second instead of fighting for the championship. That doesn't make sense.
And also, John Olken said that the list is not up to the standard. Well, John Olken, what is not up to the standard, my friend, is that you're a team who has two good drivers and you're below a team in the Constructors' Championship. You are below a team that is so reliant on one driver.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. I thought Red Bull were third or fourth. I didn't know Red Bull were above
By the way,
Ferrari.
Ferrari, when Ferrari was successful, Ferrari, they had when they were successful with Michael Schumacher, etc. They had people in good structure and making good decisions. Had like John Todt, they had Ross Brawn, they had Andrea Stella, who was working at Ferrari, but in the terms of the technical engineering side, they had Binotto. They had Luca Montenazello, who was the president of Ferrari, and all of them were making good decisions, sensible decisions, and they were like recruiting well in terms of the car, and they were listening to the driver. And yes, John Todd had problems early on, but they stuck by him and they gave him the funds and the patience, and it worked in the end as they won many championships and they dominated. This is what Ferrari should do. They should listen to the drivers, give the team principal time, but knowing Ferrari now, they're not going to do that. But they should give the team principal time and see where it goes. If it can't, if you see there is a pattern, if you see there is a sign that they can't come back, okay, change. If there is a sign that he can do it, just stick by him. Believe in him. You know?
Yeah, 100%. But I do think, I do think, I do think Ferrari in general are a decent team. They have the funds behind them. They're one of the oldest teams in the sport. They shouldn't be fighting for P2 and P3 in the championship. They should be in the championship fight. Yeah, McLaren had an insanely good car this season, but I think teams should have fought McLaren. Like yes, McLaren had an insanely good car at the start of the season, and yeah, they were getting constantly P1, P2, P1, P2. But there could have been a chance some other teams could have fought. McLaren did make a lot of mistakes. Honestly, I don't understand why would you go. Why would John Elkman go out there and say something like that? Do you believe the drivers are non-existent? Like the drivers do not care when they hear their own CFO go out and say, yeah, I don't like our drivers. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Maybe maybe try to encourage them. Maybe try to tell them, yeah, we're working on it. We understand your mistakes. We're getting your feedback. No, he goes out and says, no, our driver's not up to standard. How is that? And it doesn't make sense for. Just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. Like I feel bad for Hamilton first of all, and I feel bad for Leclerc. I feel bad for Leclerc for two things. Lando Norris is about to become the world champion before Leclerc, which is crazy considering how much Leclerc talent wise is somewhat how much better Leclerc is talent wise to Lando, and how long Leclerc has been in the championship in Formula One compared to Lando. I just feel bad for Leclerc. He stuck by this team. He put all his faith in this team, and they just disappoint him year after year after year. Every year they say the same thing. We're ready. We totally redesign the car, which I still don't understand the decision to build an entire new car in the last season of these regulations. Just keep the same car that you had last year. You almost won the championship with it, and just build on it, upgrade on it. Don't build an entire new car. It doesn't make sense. It's too late to do that. It just doesn't make sense. This season was doomed for Ferrari. I'm sorry. And the saddest thing is some people out there were saying, "Oh yeah, next that was this was last season." People out there said, "Oh yeah, this is Ferrari gonna fight with McLaren for the championship." I expect Leclerc to fight for the World Constructor Championship, and people were actually confident in that, which is crazy, which is crazy. I don't understand what happened to Ferrari from almost winning the championship to now fighting for P2 in the championship. It's just crazy. I want to get
Yeah.
your thoughts. Like, what
Yeah.
happened?
I don't, what you know what happened? I give my whole thoughts, but what happened on why Ferrari declined is that Vasseur said, I think, that they changed the car from 2024 to 2025 99%. Like that is so, I'm sorry, but stupid, idiotic, pathetic decision to do. Like, okay, there is the 2026 regulations to come, but you don't like if you yeah you have to change the car from 2024 to 2025, but to change it 99% to change the whole of it. I mean, like I'm not saying like don't change it at all. Like add some pieces, like make some tricks, like add new things like McLaren did. And Red Bull did to some extent, even though this season they've become a bit worse in terms of the constructors. They changed the car. Mercedes have changed the car. Everybody changed the car, but not to the limit that Ferrari have done. Like that's the issue. Because I think if Ferrari didn't change and make it undrivable and make the drivers uh, like being in a risk of cost disqualification every single race as they happened in Singapore and it happened in Hungary, if they didn't change like 99% and change it like 40%, 50%, I think they would have had a better chance of fighting for the constructors and drivers championship. Listen, all of those are ifs and buts and maybes, but like for sure Ferrari wouldn't be this bad as they are right now. So yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, now we talked about Ferrari. Anything else to say?
No, bring on Vegas. That's it. I'm really excited for Vegas.
Yeah, it's very early
It's not that early.
to
It's
watch.
at 6 a.m. Yeah, it's not that early. I
Yeah,
wake up at 6 a.m. It's not that early.
yeah, me too as well. But I mean, like for the people in general, sometimes it's not easy. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm looking forward to Vegas. We expect Mercedes to be quick there, but obviously let's see how Ferrari, Red Bull and McLaren do. And maybe Ferrari could pull up a surprise. Maybe
We keep
Lewis
saying
Hamilton
that.
get
We keep.
maybe
I'm sorry. We keep saying that every time that Ferrari gonna maybe be good. Maybe be good. They're never. They're never
yeah,
good. They're never good. Even if
yeah,
look. Even if Ferrari. Even if Ferrari have a good car in a weekend, it's somehow always they always end up either P7 or P8 or P at best P4. It just doesn't make sense. A podium is the best thing Ferrari can get this season was at least a podium, not even a win. They haven't fought for a win. The last time they actually fought for a win was in Hungary, which is crazy to think how long that was. And they haven't fought they hadn't had one single race where they were fighting for a championship. It's just crazy. I can't believe what Ferrari are doing. It's unhumane, honestly. They need to find something.
yeah. But let's see. The battle for the second place in constructors, Mercedes look in control, but obviously things can change quickly. But Mercedes should finish second. I think gap they have compared to Red Bull and Ferrari, they should finish second.
Mm-hmm.
And also the remaining tracks, Mercedes are strong. I think Mercedes are strong in Las Vegas. Mercedes can be strong in Qatar because this is the same track that George Russell got pole last year,
Mm-hmm.
even though it was a bit controversial because of Verstappen's penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And at Abu Dhabi, I think it's kind of 50-50 between Mercedes and Ferrari, but mostly Mercedes should be better. So,
Mm.
yeah, that's it. That's enough. We talked a lot.
Yeah.
We've said everything,
Yeah.
and wish you guys had a good like listening to what we said, me and Muhammad. So thank you, Muhammad.
Yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
and we will see you. We will see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.